Hey true believers, it is time to put together another Lego set. This is a Spider-Man set from Lego and Marvel. It is set 76057, Spider-Man Web Warriors Ultimate Bridge Battle. Is this based on the Ultimate comic books, the Web Warriors series, the comic book series? Let's put this set together. Let's find out, because there's a lot of neat little bits and pieces on this set that you will definitely want to check out. Here it is. I did not expect this set to be as big and as detailed as it is. There's so much going on in this set that first, why don't we take a look at the action figures, starting with Aunt May. Hey, here's the first time that we've seen Aunt May in Lego form. Aunt May in the Ultimate Spider-Man universe is a bit younger, although the hair bun and the white gloves still reminds me a lot of the 616 older Aunt May, in which case the face doesn't have enough wrinkles. I wonder if you could use one of those Captain Stacy or Doctor Who faces to make an older Aunt May. Next up, we have Kraven the Hunter. Holy cow, look how good this Kraven the Hunter figure is. This hairstyle is starting to appear quite a bit more often. Here we have a neat bearded face that looks a lot like the Tony Stark face that we've seen in many of the Iron Man figures. I like the little lion mane that goes around the neck, as well as the printing on the front of the figure. The gun, it's a neat kind of gun, but it doesn't really fit on the figure, especially if he's trying to raise it up to shoot it. You're going to have to do some weird aiming with that one, but still, it's a cool figure. Then we have the Green Goblin. Oh, we have seen the Green Goblin before, so no big surprises here. Probably the biggest surprise is the flaming pumpkins. I don't know if this is the same flaming pumpkin that we have seen in other Spider-Man sets featuring the Green Goblin, but it's nice that we have this as one single piece instead of something that we have to put together. Kind of reminds me a lot of the Ghost Rider face. Next up, we have the Scorpion. This is the first time Scorpion has appeared in Lego form, and I kind of dig it. Look at the back of this, how it's a single piece that attaches to a clear piece on the back, and it just goes up and over the head, terminating in this stinger at the top. It's kind of nice. Now, the one thing that would be better on this is to have the stinger be a little bit more flexible. I'm glad that this doesn't attach to the waist, because that ends up making the figure a little bit higher, but Scorpion in Spider-Man Lego form, oh, Sinister Six now is just around the corner. We have the villains and the supporting characters in this set. Now it's time to bring in the clones. Let's start things off with Spider-Man. This is Spider-Man that we've seen before. Peter Parker looks great in his costume. It is a nice little minifigure that has become the standard for Spider-Man. It is okay and just fine. But next up, we have Scarlet Spider. That's right. If you want to have your own Clone Saga, you can't do it without Ben Reilly. Now, in the Ultimate Universe, and this I think is the Ultimate TV Universe and not the Ultimate comic universe, Ben Reilly is a clone of Spider-Man, dresses up in this costume. For those of you who have read comic books, you know this costume. Maybe you're angry at this costume, but I think the Ben Reilly Scarlet Spider looks great in this form, and I love the hoodie. I love the blue overcoat on there. I like the, if you look on the arms, you can see the stingers that come out, or the web shooter that comes out. So he's got some mechanical shooters on here. Really nice figure overall. Finally, we have Spider Girl, as it's called in the set, but it looks a lot like Spider Woman. Now, don't confuse this. This is not Spider Woman from 616. This is definitely Cassandra Webb, who would become Jessica Drew in the Ultimate Universe. She is a clone of Peter Parker, and in fact, a direct clone of Peter Parker, the female version of Peter Parker. And if you've read the Ultimate Clone Saga, you know things get a little weird in that one. But I like seeing Spider-Girl in this. It's nice to see some of the female Spider characters starting to appear in these Lego sets, and I have hopes that we will see a Spider-Gwen figure in the very near future. So, those are all the minifigures in this set. There's 7 of them, and wow, that is a lot of minifigures to have in any Lego set. But when you have something as big as this bridge scene, you're going to need a lot of figures because there's a lot going on. Let's take a look at the bridge because, as I said, there's a lot going on and there's a lot of play pieces. First thing I want to point out, though, is the emblem, the medallion that's right here at the top of the bridge, 1962. Nice touch for comic book fans. In fact, if you are a comic book fan, you will find all sorts of cool comic book references throughout this set. So where to start, right? I mean, there's really a lot going on. Here at the top, we have a Green Goblin flag because apparently Green Goblin has taken over this bridge or taken over this area. It's kind of interesting, right? It's a bridge, it's Green Goblin, and yet no Gwen Stacy minifigure. More on that in just a moment because Gwen Stacy does make an appearance in the set if you look hard enough. There is a feature that goes with this flag, though. Underneath the bridge is a web, a net, so that as the bad guys are moving around, you can push down on this flag and the net comes out of the bottom and you're able to trap some people. There's also a place on the top where you can put a figure, maybe the Ben Reilly figure, and a little plunger on the side where you can push them off the side of the bridge. This would be a great place to have a figure in need of rescuing. On the sides of the bridge, there are some stop signs that will flip out to let people know that they can go across the bridge or not across the bridge. But if you flip it the other way around, you can cause the sides of the bridge to explode out. Maybe the Green Goblin has shot off some of his pumpkin bombs, or maybe he's used his Goblin Glider, which we'll take a look at in a moment, to shoot those sides out, but you can certainly do that here. Also on the flip side, you have some spider webbing that you can attach some of your spider heroes, or maybe throw some villains up there if they have been finally caught. On to the main bridge itself, I really like how you have the suspension bridge look here on this set. And according to Lego, now I don't know if I'm going to do this myself or not, you can buy 2 of these. Of course, why wouldn't Lego want you to buy 2 of these? You can buy 2 of these and connect them to form a full-size bridge for your playtime. It's so tempting, right? So very tempting. But here on the base of the bridge, we have a nice place for cars to go across. This does include a taxi cab that we'll take a look at again here in a moment. One feature that you can have is to have a car swerve out of control, causing the bridge to collapse and pop out, at which case you're going to need Spider-Man to swing into action and throw up some webbing to catch that car. It's kind of a really nice touch and a nice feature that goes into this set. When it comes time to rounding up the villains, a couple of ways you can do that. You can, of course, catch them in the webbing that all of the spiders have, or there is a trapdoor built into the middle of the street that you can position a villain on, twist the dial, pull the plunger, and they go falling down below the bridge into a spider trap. Also up here on the bridge, these signs that tell you which way you need to go. But if Green Goblin is flying through, pow, look at that. These signs split apart, causing more mayhem in the set. Nice touch. I mean, Lego has really gone all out to create some very nice touches and very nice detail in this set. And I appreciate just something as simple as a sign blowing apart. If you want to attack the Green Goblin Glider or whoever that you want to attack, there is this little catapult that you can press to send this garbage can flying. It seems the oddest of everything on this set, but it's there. It adds some playability and adds a neat feature into this set. So there is your catapult. I think we have everything on the top of this bridge covered. I'm pretty sure, because again, there's so much in here. You could be playing and discover something hours later. Let's go down to the bottom and let's start with this spider trap. The base of the bridge is Very simple to build. I mean, it's just basically some wall pieces, some standard wall pieces. But around the base of this support, you will see a very interesting piece of graffiti. PP plus GS? Ah, nice Gwen Stacy reference, even though we will probably never get to see Gwen Stacy in minifigure form because we already have a Mary Jane figure, and why would we want to introduce Gwen Stacy just yet? I also like the graffiti on the other side. Which clone is which? Nice Clone Saga reference. Have you seen this man? A nice Scorpion wanted poster. Very cool on this. Now, inside the spider trap itself, the villain drops down, and of course, they're trapped by the webbing on the front of this entrance as well as the webbing on the back. And if you're Peter Parker and you need to get some money, you're definitely going to want to take pictures that you can sell to the Daily Bugle. And so, again, another nice touch Lego by putting a camera in the webbing, something that Peter Parker does a lot in the comic books, so that he can capture pictures of the villains once they've been trapped. I really like that a lot. Let's go over to the other base on this bridge, and this is where Kraven the Hunter is hiding out. So you can do your whole Kraven the Hunter saga, and he's got a place to hole up. It's a little bit different because he's got a lot more technology. You can see that in this little area, he has some electronics to track the Spider-Mans. But that is something that's in there. There's also a place to hang his spear or his gun, depending on which one he wants to use. And there's also a little case of clear gems that perhaps Kraven has stolen, or maybe he has taken them as payment to hunt down and track the Spider-Man. Again, a lot of stickers on this base. We have Who is the Clone and the Hunt is On, so there's a Kraven the Hunter storyline sticker for you. Flip it around to the other side, you see Green Goblin is Wanted, you see a Daily Bugle sticker, so much more hidden on here. If you are a Spider-Man fan, whether it be Ultimate Spider-Man, regular 616 Spider-Man, or maybe you're just a fan of the Ultimate Web Warriors series that runs on cable, then I think this set has a lot of stuff in it for you, and I think there's lots of references hidden throughout that really add to the enjoyment of this playset. There are a couple of vehicles. We should probably get to those before we wrap up. Should have had a flip. All right. First up is this taxi cab. Of course, it is the one that is going to go off the bridge. I'm not a big fan of the size of these cars, both in this set or in the previous set we've reviewed that has the tanker truck explosion. This is a taxi cab. It's supposed to hold 2 people. It looks like it can hold 1 person, maybe, but there's no taxi driver. This would be nice if there was an 8th figure that was a taxi driver. So if you're looking for little tiny taxis, this is it, but it's more of a prop than maybe something you will use as an actual vehicle in the future. It would have been nice to have 2 spaces for figures, something for May to be riding in when all this chaos happens, because why is she on the bridge to begin with, right? So you've got this taxi cab, and it's got some stickers. It looks cool. It looks like a taxi. There is also this little police bicycle. It's interesting. It is one that would work great for the Hulk because it does bend in the middle, so you can bend this, smash this motorcycle up, or you can have one of the figures hold it, maybe a Kraven if he's strong enough, or maybe one of the Spider characters can hold this if they're strong enough. It's a nice little vehicle, and it's nice to see that there's a police presence in this set, but where's the policeman? Maybe they want you to combine this with the Doc Ock set that we reviewed not too long ago that has a Captain Stacy figure in it so that you can include him in this piece. And of course, if you're working towards a Sinister Six set, then you would want to have that Doc Ock set as well as a couple of others so that you could get them all together. But these 2 vehicles don't make a lot of sense in this set except just serving as props. I don't mind props, but I would like to have something to go with it to add that human element or that minifigure element to the collection. Finally, we have the Goblin Glider. This is a Goblin Glider we've seen before. Almost every Goblin Glider we've seen looks like this or a variation on this. It's got a couple of stud shooters, and there is a place for the Green Goblin to stand, but it's the Goblin Glider. It's a Goblin Glider. So there you go. It is set 76057. It's a big, long set. It is the Spider-Man Web Warriors Ultimate Bridge Battle It's like they're throwing in all of the Spider titles that they can. Of course, they didn't throw in Spectacular or Amazing, but if they did, it would probably be the Amazing Spider-Man Web Warrior Ultimate Spectacular Bridge Battle, or Bridge Battle Spectacular, right? This is a set that I would consider a must-have. If you are a Marvel fan, if you're a Spider-Man fan, I mean, there's so much going on in this set. I mean, you've got Spider-Man, you've got Scarlet Spider Ben Reilly, you've got Spider-Girl Cassandra Webb, or Jessica Drew, however you want to call her. It's not Jessica Drew that you know, again, because she has black hair, but it's got villains. It's got Aunt May in it. It's got almost everything that you need to have a complete Spider universe full of tales that you can tell, or to reenact from your favorite scenes from comic books or television. It is really nice. I don't know about Lego's claim that you should buy 2 of these to build a full bridge. But I got to tell you, the more I think about it, the more I'm leaning towards getting a second one of these to extend this bridge even further and have even more chaos and action happen on the bridge. Now, this is a relatively expensive set, right? When you have over 1,000 pieces, 1,092 pieces, it will be rather expensive. Maybe you won't be able to get 2 of them, but I really think you should try to get 1 of these just for these minifigures alone. Now, Spider-Man, we've seen Spider-Man, but all the rest, the other 6 figures here, definitely worth the price and picking up. So I'm giving this a big thumbs up. I enjoyed putting this together more than I thought I would, and the more I put this together and the more attention to detail that I saw in this set, the more I knew that this was a must-have. So there you go. There's your review of this giant bridge set. It stands 12 inches tall. It's definitely something that you might want to put on display, and if you had the second part of the bridge, you could definitely put it on display. I could see this going along nicely with the Ghostbusters Firehouse set that we've reviewed before. I think those 2 would look nice together, side by side. That wraps it up for this look at our Lego sets of the week. If you have any comments, use the comment section below. What did I miss? What did I get right? What are some things that you wanted to see in this set that maybe kept you from buying it? Or what was the must-have part of this set that made you have to buy it? Use that comment section below. Of course, you can follow me on Twitter at Major Spoilers. Go over to our website, majorspoilers.com, and if you would like to help us out and see more of these videos created, then head over to patreon.com/majorspoilers, where you can sign up. Every little bit helps. Thank you for your support, and until next time, take care.